Shalom to the night owls. If you're up late, you got nothing to do. You can listen to Judah Naz. I'm going to be at the spirit on me to go into Psalms. What is it? It's like Psalms 95 on down. They're called like the sing the songs to Yahawah. So they're like, they're like new songs. What is it? Shayar Hakadasha. You know what I mean? Like new songs. You know what I mean for Yahawah. Also, if you can see in the title, King David was ill. We see a lot of Israelites out there trying to diminish King David, but King David was like super ill, man. Remember, the Most High gave him the same architectural plans as he had given Moses for the tabernacle. He gave to King David. Now, some people interpret King David's inability to make the temple for Yahawah as like something bad. No, like King David, if you look at it spiritually, King David was the subduer of the lower passions of the human nature, right? King David was crowned the king, of a ruling mind state. So he was conquering. He fought the wars of Yahawah. He fought off the negative impulses and lower desires and negative aspects of the mind that needed to be conquered. Well, we got Aichan to build it, right? Shalom, right? So, being that King David was given all of this, he was also given the gift of prophecy, right? So a lot of times in the Psalms, you probably don't know it, but King David's like giving you like, and other prophets in the Psalms, they're like giving you like prophecies of like the beginning of the kingdom, like Gog and Magog, from like, because you remember Gog and Magog occurs when we return back to the land, right? So there's an epoch in time, and then there's a point in time where we return back to the land. And we're living like open walled, unwalled, open cities without walls, which means like we didn't have like no kingdom set up, right? We're just kind of just like living there, in open walls, like it says, right? It says, then Gog and Magog, which is Gog with Russia and a whole bunch of nations, African nations, European nations, Middle Eastern nations, wherever, spread throughout, right? They're going to be teamed up with Russia in the end days. And then the Most High is going to perform a work during this time. Now, Great Millstone, GMS and them don't believe this, even though no matter what you show them, Zechariah also knows about this. This is not a new doctrine. You can find this in the scriptures, right? I don't know why people find this like so hard. I'll give an example before I start. Anyone telling you that there's not going to be one more small captivity don't know the scriptures. Yahawah would open their eyes up. You can cut anybody saying, well, after America, we're going to go back into Jesus is going to save us and Jesus is going to set up the kingdom. Okay, well then explain this then. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 1. Behold, a day of Yahawah is coming, and your plunder shall be shared within you. Now look, this is Zechariah 14, right? To mix this, you will go to Ezekiel chapter 38 and 39. You can see here Ezekiel chapter 38. If you start, look, this is when we return back to the land. It says, then the word of Yahawah, this is Ezekiel 38. Then the word of Yahawah came to me saying, Son of man, set your face toward Gog, toward the land of Magog, the prince, the head of Meshech and Tubal, and prophecy concerning him. And you shall say, so saith Adonai Yahawah, behold, I am against you, Gog, the prince, the head of Meshech and Tubal. Verse 4, and this is Ezekiel 38, verse 4. And I shall unbridle you, and I shall put hooks into your jaws, and bring you forth, and all your army, horses and riders, all of them clothed in finery, a great assembly with encompassing shield and buckler, all of them grasping the swords. You can see here is the Most High saying, I'm going to unbridle you. I'm going to put hooks into your jaws. I'm going to bring you and all your army, all your people, right, grasping swords. Verse 5, Persia, Iran, Cush, Ethiopia, Africa, Africa are with them. All of them with buckler and helmet, Pan-Africanists, are going to be with Russia. Gomer and all its wings, the house of Togarmah and the uttermost parts of the north. I think this may be like Japheth. The islands are like Japheth up in the due north, right? This is where you're like kind of like Asian Edomite mix up in there. But it says, right? I'm not going to read all this. We get to the pertinent parts. Verse 8, this is Ezekiel 38, verse 8. From many days you will be remembered. At the end of the years, you will come to a land whose inhabitants return from the sword, right? You will come to a land, you see the parentheses, it's probably not in here, whose inhabitants return from the sword. gathered from many peoples, that's us, upon the mountains of Israel, which had been continually laid waste. But it was liberated from the nations, and they all dwelt securely, right? So that's the Israelites. But look, Most High's talking about that Russia and all these nations are going to come against us who returned back from the sword, right? Verse 9. This is Ezekiel. This is to show anybody saying, well, Jesus is going to come. But, bruh, well, then, okay, where's Jesus at when this happens? And this is in Revelation 22. It tells you Jesus is going to have a throne. Let me see if my mic is still working. Mic check. Yeah. The Jesus, show him Israel, young lion, that Jesus is going to have a 1,000-year reign, and then Gog and Magog comes. So clearly, even according to the New Testament, Jesus' kingdom is going to precede this time. Right now, look, we're just going to deal with the Israelite kingdom. Well, we don't even have a kingdom at this point. Watch. I'm sorry, wait. Look, Most High is talking. He says, and you will ascend, Russia, like a mist you will come, and all these nations with you. Like a cloud to cover the earth you will be, and all your wings, and many people with you. I'm sorry, you and all your wings, and many people's with you. So the wings are like all these different nations that are like attached with Gog, with Gog, right? So saith Yahawah Elohim. And it will come to pass on that day that words will enter your heart, and you will think an evil thought. You would think a thought of evil, right? So Russia and all these nations are going to be like, wait a minute. What are they thinking? This is what they're going to be thinking. Verse 11, Ezekiel 38, verse 11. And you will say, I shall ascend upon the land of open cities. A land of open cities, y'all. Not guarded, fortified. No, open. I shall come upon the tranquil who dwell securely, all of them living without a wall, and they have no bars or doors. Right? So clearly, common sense to show you. Show them, Magan. Right? Look. You will say, I shall ascend upon a land of open cities, which is like the not that state now, but when we return back to the land, right? You're going to see Russia and a whole bunch of nations, including Africans and whoever else, joined up, right? It says they all come when we return back to the land. They all come to take a spoil and to plunder loot, to return your hand upon the resettled ruins, and to a people gathered from nations, acquiring livestock and possessions, dwelling on the navel of the earth, which is Jerusalem. So a bunch of nations are like, yo, it's talking about Gog, like, yo, are you coming to spoil the Israelites? Watch verse 16. This is Ezekiel 38, verse 16. Let me see if my mic is on. Hold on. And you will ascend upon my people Israel like a cloud to cover the earth. Remember? It said that he had wings. It was like Magog had wings. It was like all the wings and all the nations with you. So these wings were like all these different kingdoms and nations with Gog and Magog at the end of the days. So he's like, and you and all you different nations will ascend upon my people Israel like a cloud to cover the earth. At the end of days, it will be, right? When we return back to the land. Daniel 12. And I shall bring you upon my land, right? And I shall bring you upon my land. The Most High is going to bring Gog, and all these different nations with him, Russia, to the land of Israel, returned. Not the state now. It'll be a place of unwalled villages and open cities with no fortifications. Right? Israelites were allowed to return back in peace. Like Isaiah says, people will be like, yo, man, we're gonna leave. We're gonna be leaving captivity, man, getting our head chopped off. But bro, I don't say that. It do not say that. And Isaiah says that when Israelites leave, they're gonna leave in joy, like the joy of sadness, like whistling and dancing and you know what I mean? Not being like, oh, we got our head chopped off. No. Watch this. Verse 17. So saith the Lord God, are you he about whom I spoke in ancient days through my servants? the prophets of Israel who prophesied in those days many years ago to bring you upon them. So Most High is like, yo, are you him, the guy, the entity I spoke about in ancient days through my servants? And think about it, through the servants, they didn't really call upon Gog and Magog all like that. They would like always hide it like the king of Babylon or Assyria or whatever, right? Because like now they'll use the daughter of Babylon for America. But you know what I'm saying? America's also called Assyria, though. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, and Egypt. So it kind of like depends on like the context. But you know, there are prophets who were there was the king of Assyria coming against Hezekiah was like a secret code type of like prophecy for like Antiochus the Fourth and Gog and Magog. There are like scriptures for like Daniel 9 for like the Zadokites, Onias the Third, and Antiochus is like related to like Gog and Magog, like you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. But I like haven't gotten around to like showing those. But like look, anyway, just so I'm not like, going on and on. Look, so when Gog and Magog come, watch what the Most High does. Verse 18. And it will come to pass on that day that when Gog comes against the land of Israel, declares Yahawah, Elohim, that my blazing indignation will flame in my nostrils. So the Most High is going to put in work when Gog and Magog come. And it's no, it's like later, man. Like they definitely later than bricks. Right? It's going to be like a different time when Israel returns back. It ain't going to be no like the world order, quote unquote, as you see it now. It's not going to be like that. You know what I say? The prophecy tells you Jerusalem is uninhabited, desolate, and without walls. What does it say about Jerusalem? They say it's not real. Well, so these words they use are like desolate or whatever. Doesn't necessarily imply that like there's not people there. It's like in the eyes of the Most High, it's like not there because the people are not there. So to him, it's like desolate. There are people there because he starts talking about in Ezekiel 36:5. He's like, Edom allocated all of my land to themselves, right? So. And if you go into a book of Obadiah, when the Israelites return, Edom are the last kingdom that Israelites beat. Then it says what? Then the kingdom shall be Yahawah's. Right? So you can see the Edom is like the last of the last, right? That thinks he's going to hold it down. To watch. Because the nations that are around Israel at that time are also there when Gog and Magog. When you start reading in the book of Isaiah and other prophets, it starts talking about it'll go into like Moab, Edom, Ammon, the king of Tyrus, all these like Lebanon, all these like certain like little like land pieces that are like kind of all interconnected. And it'll be like talking about like when Nebuchadnezzar came, what he did to like all these different like kingdoms. Like the king of Tyrus got away from Nebuchadnezzar and then got whooped up on by Alexander the Greek. You know what I'm saying? There's like certain like little, you know, little nuggets in there that, you know what I'm saying? No, there's no pause for that. I'm talking about gold nuggets. I don't know what people will be mind. But listen, so the Most High, when Gog and Magog come, the Most High is going to act. He's going to do something he hasn't done since the Exodus. All right, Israel said, I'm not disagreeing. I just don't agree with where they say it's Jerusalem isn't the land. I mean, I guess it's up for dispute. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear people with good argumentation for it being located somewhere else. So if they make good argumentation, I'm willing to hear it. You know what I mean? Not no one man knows everything, right? So if you see here, I've heard Deacon Hakah come with a good argument. He didn't put it in like South Africa, no weird ass shit like that. It was like in the land, but it wasn't like where they would say that it was, and it was like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, that's telling a good argument, right? How could you say? You know what I mean? That was like a really, really good argument. I think in terms of debate and not in terms of like emotion. So if Deacon Hakah comes with a good argument and nobody comes with a counter argument like, well, no, here's a response video to Deacon Hakah. See, it's right here, blah, 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 blah. No one did that. That means what? People were like, oh, okay, well, hey, you know what I mean? You got a point. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna put all my gold pieces on this one. No, but we'll save that until someone, you know what I mean? So, but we're talking about here. It says in the land of Israel. So we know it's going to be in that land. We know that's for sure, right? Not where Deacon Acosta, Jerusalem might be a different location than Jerusalem that is mentioned today. He said actually another place was actually a real Jerusalem. Is what I'm saying, but he's still saying that it's still in the land, right? So this event happens where Gog and Magog comes, where the Most High is going to do something that he hasn't really done since the days of Moses, right? Where he actually like manifests his glory and like rains down fire and stuff, right? So he does something in the time that we return. Deacon and share the same views when it comes to okay. It's definitely not South Africa. That's bugged out. But look, you can clearly see here, he says, verse 19, for in my jealousy, for the simple fact that Russia and all these different nations are going to attack our people when they return. And in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely there should be a great noise on that day in the land of Israel. Why? Because the Most High is going to like perform a jealous work against Russia and all these nations of the world, right? To bear in mind, too, that these are like troops, right? These are like troops coming to invade our people when we return back to the land, right? So you get a figure if all these men die because the Most High is going to do a lot of doing what he do, right? The women on the rest of the women off the planet, where are they going to come? I know they're going to come to Israel to get Israelite loving, like because their men are going to die in this thing here. Didn't say the women are going. The women are not. That's where in 7 days, 7 women. Yeah, because there ain't going to be no. There ain't going to be no men for them. People probably didn't realize that. I probably do another lesson on this. That the reason why, because there ain't going to be very many Gentile men left after Gog and Magog. Watch this. Verse 18. It will come to pass on that day when Gog comes against the land of Israel, declares Yahawah Elohim, that my blazing indignation will flame in my nostrils. For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely there shall be a great noise on that day in the land of Israel. In the land of Israel, not in America, in the land of Israel. This is like, because this is Jacob's trouble. When Gog and Magog come, it's called Jacob's trouble. It causes the Most High to do something, to do something he hasn't done since the days of Moses. Mic check. Right? Since the days of Moses, it causes the Most High. Look what the Most High does. And at my presence, the fishes of the sea, and the birds of the heaven, and the beasts of the field, and all the creeping things that creep upon the earth, and all the men who are upon the surface of the earth shall quake, and all the mountains shall be thrown down, and the cliffs shall fall down to the ground. Watch this. This is Gog and Magog. The Most High causes them to fight amongst each fight, to fight against each other. And I will cause the sword against him upon all my mountains. Right? So Most High is going to call this like violence amongst Gog and Magog upon the mountains, or what the conceptions, but it's the land of Israel, says Adonai Yahawah. Every man's sword shall be against his brother in that army. The Most High, look, and I will judge against him with pestilence and with blood, and rain bringing floods, and great hailstones, fire and brimstone will I rain down upon him, and upon his hordes, and upon the many peoples that are with him. Right? Most High hasn't done verse 22 since Pharaoh in Egypt. So this goes to show you that Gog and Magog is like some major event. Right? Hebrew Israelites, besides Zechariah, Deacon and Genesis, the Beer Shelter, both groups, they bring it out, and Torah Knights bring it out, but it's like this is like not known. This event is like going to be on par with. Remember in the Torah where it says, "What nation that like this has ever heard the voice of the living God and lived?" That's just like And I will judge against him with pestilence and with blood, and rain bringing floods, and great hailstones, fire and brimstone will I rain down upon him, and upon his hordes, and upon the many peoples that are with him. And I will reveal myself in my greatness, and in my holiness, and will be recognized in the eyes of many nations, and they will know that I am Yahawah. So the Most High is going to beat down Gog and Magog in our land. And then the nations will know Yahawah, not before. Watch this. So you see how important the Gog and Magog thing is. Watch this. This is Zechariah chapter 14. This is going to be talking about that time. This is gonna supplement your Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 39 to show where's Jesus at when this is going on. If anyone tries to say this is not to bang on Jesus, but if they say that Jesus is coming to pick up Israelites in a UFO and carry us off to the kingdom, well, according to the New Testament, Shalom, Black Lavender, Shalom, hello. If to right, for that to happen, you would have to throw out the book of Revelation, because the book of Revelation 20 says that Jesus is going to reign for rule for 1,000 years, and then Gog and Magog, then this event that I'm talking about happens. Obviously, Jesus is not the king of Israel because the kingdom is not set up yet at this point. Right? Watch this. This is Zechariah chapter 14 to supplement, which means to add on to Ezekiel 38 and 39, Gog and Magog. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 1. Behold, a day of Yahawah is coming, and your plunder shall be shared within you. Watch, right? So already off rip off Zechariah 14, verse 1. It starts talking about plunder. Right? Hold on. Right? Right? So look, in Zechariah chapter 14, verse 1, behold, a day of Yahawah is coming. That's one. It's the day of Yahawah. And your plunder shall be shared within you. Now, this is Zechariah 14. Now, if you go to Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 12, this is what Gog and Magog are thinking. To take spoil and to plunder loot, to return your hand upon the resettled ruins, and to a people gathered from nations, Israelites, acquiring livestock and possessions, dwelling on the navel of the earth. Sheba and Dedan and merchants of Tarshish and all the magnates will say to you, Gog and Magog, are you coming to take spoil? Have you assembled your assembly to plunder loot, to carry off silver and gold, to take livestock and possessions, to take much spoil? Right? Now, watch this. This is Zechariah chapter 14, just to add on to the Ezekiel 38 and 39. Behold, a day of Yahawah is coming. This is Jacob's trouble. And your plunder shall be shared within you. Verse 2. And I will gather all the nations to Jerusalem to wage war. I will gather all the nations to Jerusalem to wage, not America, to Jerusalem to wage war. And the city shall be captured. What city? Jerusalem. When you got GMS and all these guys talking about Jesus is coming in a UFO and then he's going to establish the kingdom. Well, wait a minute. This is in the future. So where's Jesus at when this is going on? And I will gather all the nations to Jerusalem to wage war. And the city shall be captured. Okay? All these nations come to our land. We come back to the land in the future. All these nations come, and our city will be captured while we return back to the land. Oh my gosh, my camp leader didn't teach me that. This is crazy. Show them, Marquise. They say Ezekiel 40 has been fulfilled already. I'm like, when? We don't even have land from the river Egypt to Euphrates River. That's what I'm saying. They're bugged out. Bugged out. How could these guys be prophets when the Most High got them? But I'm not a prophet. I seem to understand this very clear. Right? Verse 2, I will gather all the nations to Jerusalem to wage war. This is Zechariah 14, verse 2 is what? Ezekiel chapter 38. Take your pick verse. right? You can start at verse 2 and go on down, right? Persia, Cush, and Put are with them, all of them with a buckler and helmet, Gomer and all its wings, the house of Tergamah, the uttermost parts of the north and all its wings. Many peoples with you. You know what I'm saying? Watch this. Back to Zechariah 14. So when Gog and Magog come against us, watch this in verse 3. And Yahawah shall go forth and wage war with those nations, like the day he waged war on the day of the battle. Right? So it's a summary. Gog and Magog are in the end of the land, and the Most High is going to stand up. We just read it in the book of Ezekiel 38, where it says the Most High will answer them with blood and rain and blood and hail and fire, and you know what I'm saying, earthquakes, right? And every man swore against another, and hailstone, and right, the illness, such as no one's ever seen until we were, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is going to be way worse than Egypt, than the Exodus. Shalom, Keon. This is going to be way worse than the Exodus beat down. Like Pharaoh getting and the Egyptians getting beat down. This is going to be like tons of people getting beat down with freaking you know what I'm saying? Blood, rain bringing floods, a great hailstone, fire and brimstone will I rain down upon them, and upon his hordes and the many peoples that are with him. You know what I'm saying? And they got every man will fight amongst, you know what I'm saying? Look, it said, at my presence, the fishes of the sea and the birds of the heaven and the beasts of the field and all the creeping things that creep upon the earth and all the men who are upon the surface of the earth shall quake. So when the Most High shows up for Jacob's trouble, it says the earth shall quake and all the mountains shall be thrown down and the cliffs shall fall to the ground. But watch this. Go back to Zechariah. Watch this. Again, we got to reiterate, because this is what it says. The great millstone act like they don't have Zechariah 14, verse 2. And I will gather all the nations to Jerusalem to wage war. And the city, Jerusalem, shall be captured in the kingdom. And the houses of our people in the future shall be plundered, Tahar, a Rambab. And the women shall be ravished. Great. Right? So we're not going to go into the kingdom graping. It's already going to happen from the other nations are women. They're going to get raped. And the women ravished. This is in the future. Watch this. And half the city shall go forth into exile, and the rest of the city, and the rest of the people should not be cut off from the city. Now, hold on, my babies are holding on. I want to see if y'all if this is like seeped in, right? What the camps are not teaching you. This 2 and 3 basically is like a summation of what the Most High is going to do in Daniel like 12. Daniel 12 says, and the heavenly prince Michael shall stand up, who stands for thy people, and there shall be a day. There should not be. I forgot, but it's like Daniel's trouble. I forgot Jacob's trouble. Zechariah 14 gets more detailed in what goes down in Jacob's trouble, right? So you can clearly see here that if the city gets taken and the houses get plundered and the Israelite women get ravished and half the city go forth into exile, this is in the return. First, I have to ask yourself this: where's Jesus if the camps are teaching that Yahweh is going to come deliver the people and set up a kingdom? So I guess Yahweh is watching Gog and Magog grape Israelite women, right? King David's not watching because he's not even there yet. This is when the kingdom happens. Watch verse 3. After Gog and Magog. And Yahawah shall go forth and wage war with those nations like the day he waged war on the day of the battle. Right? Yes. Black Lavender said, I believe in humanity. Bro, humanity don't believe in Yahawah, brother. Okay, Black Lavender. The truth is the Torah, brother. I mean, you can't get no better than the Torah, bro. Like I'm over here telling the future. This is gonna happen. Watch this. So Yahweh goes forth to wage war against Gog and Magog. Watch this. They try to say this is Jesus. This is not Jesus. This is figurative talk about Yahweh. Watch this. And on that day, his feet shall stand on the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem from the east. And the Mount of Olives shall split in the midst thereof toward the east and towards the west, a very great valley. And half the mountain shall move to the north, half of it to the south. So something's going to happen in the Gog and Magog time, where the Mount of Olives is going to split in the middle, toward the east and toward the west, right? And half the mountain should move to the north and half of it to the south. So there's going to be like this new valley is going to happen because it's going to be like a freaking ginormous earthquake. How come the camps never talk about this? Because it would have people scratching bald spots in their heads being like, nigga, where's Jesus? You can read this in Psalm 73. If the people knew the truth, they would lose hope. But what do you mean? You're still going to die. You're still going to be judged. You still got kids. If you got kids, it's going to be, you don't want to like have your kids wandering deaf, dumb, and blind. That's the most important thing, is to drop jewels for the kids. But you got to know to be able to do that. Let's keep it going though. So we see the Mount of Olives during this earthquake, during the Gog and Magog time, Jacob's trouble, same time. You can clearly see that it's clearly said that Russia and all these nations with them, Africans and others, they're going to take a hold of our city, grape our women, plunder our houses, take over our city, right? And exile half the city, right? You see it here. And half the city shall go forth into exile. And the rest of the people shall not be cut off from the city, right? So half of it, the city shall be exiled, half the people shall remain, right? Watch. And you shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach Azel. And you shall flee as you fled because of the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, the king of Judah. And Yahawah my God shall come, all the holy ones with you. So this earthquake happens on Mount Olives. Mount Olives splits in the middle. They call that Yahawah having his feet on the mountain. He splits it, right? So I think half the Israelites that like remain in the city flee to this like valley, this like new valley that was formed when Yahawah like set his feet on Mount Olives, right? And it says you shall flee to this like valley for the valley of the mountains reaches Azel, which is some location. And you shall flee as you fled because of the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, the king of Judah. And Yahawah, my God, shall come, all the holy ones with you. Right? So this is the Jacob's trouble, Gog and Magog. How come the camps don't tell you about this, or the Christians? Why not? They never talk about this. It's like they're just totally like oblivious to it. Watch this. Look how ill this day will be. And it shall come, this is Zechariah 14, verse 6. And it shall come to pass on that day that there shall be no light, only disappearing light and thick darkness. I guarantee that thick darkness is probably our fall. No, it's a Quafewan right here. I can't highlight because I'm holding the microphone. Quafewan. Right. No. Right here. Quafewan. I'm taking that to mean like thick darkness. So this is a day in the future, and it shall come to pass that on that day there shall be no light, only disappearing light and thick darkness, which would be basically, only disappearing light, like, like light getting small, like, it's getting dark, and thick darkness, that Quafon. I never even heard of that. I thought it was going to be the Arafal. Verse 7. And it shall be one day that shall be known to Yahawah, neither day nor night. And it shall come to pass that at eventide it shall be light. Verse 8. And it shall come to pass on that day that spring water shall come forth from Jerusalem, half of it to the eastern sea, half of it to the western sea. In summer and in winter it shall be. So there's going to be this time where like there's going to be like dim darkness or dimming light, my bad, to dark, like thick darkness, to like half summer, half winter, right? Half of it come from Jerusalem, half of this water come from the eastern sea, right? Which I'm assuming these are like metaphors for, look, verse 7 and 8. And it shall be on that day, and it shall be one day, and it shall be one day that shall be known to Yahawah, neither day nor night. And it shall come to pass that even at eventide it shall be light. So during the eventime there should be like light. And it shall come to pass on that day the spring water shall come forth from Jerusalem, half of it to the eastern sea and half of it to the western sea, in summer, and then in winter it shall be. Okay. So it's basically saying like the spring water shall come forth from Jerusalem, to go, half of it will go to the eastern sea, half of it will go to the west. And in both seasons, this water supply will continuously come. Verse 9, and Yahawah shall become king over all the earth. On that day shall Yahawah be one, and his name one, Yahawah Akkad. Right? Wah, heya Yahawah, la malak. Wah, heya, which means and shall be. Right? Yahawah, la malak, for king or to rule. Al kal ha'erat. It's like wah, hey Yahawah la malak. It's like and shall be Yahawah for king, right? The word malak is a king. It also means like counsel. Counsel often means information, right? Kings always offer or get also receive counsel, right? Whoa. It's like al, which is like over al, aliyawan, like the most supreme, the highest, right? So it's like al kal ha'erat, over all the earth. I just want to show Yahawah Akkad, Wa Shema Akkad. Yahawah Akkad, Yahawah is one. Wa and Shema. Shem means name. Ma will be like his. Shema Akkad. So it's like the Most High is one and his name is one. Shema Akkad, one. Black Lavender, brother, you better get out of your belief, brother. You better get with the Most High, brother. Now look, you can tell we start going down to Zechariah 14, it starts getting more into what happens, right? Zechariah 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague whereof Yahawah shall smite all the nations who besiege Jerusalem, right? So this should be a plague that the Most High is going to smite all the nations who besiege Jerusalem, right? His flesh, this is like Gog and Magog, right? His flesh will waste away while he still stands on his feet. His eyes will waste away in their sockets, and his tongue shall waste away in his mouth. What is that? He's going to burn them up, like from the inside. Like was it Nadab and Abihu, the fire out of heaven. Verse 13, and it will come to pass on that day there will be a great consternation sent by Yahawah upon them. Each one shall seize the hand of the other, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of the other. Yeah, even Judah will fight against Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the nations round about, gold and silver and apparel, will be gathered in a very good abundance. Now look, Even Judah will fight against Jerusalem. This is also in the book of like I think Zechariah, 10 or 12, where they try to make it seem like it's talking about Jesus when it's talking about Judah and Jerusalem fighting against one another, but they eventually join up. This is going to be in the future. So we apparently have Israelites that will be obviously in the land already before we get back, right? But whoever is going to be there that we're fighting against, whatever, they're going to like join up, but then they're going to join up with us. They're going to be like the children of Judah or something like that, or a source against us or something like that. Whatever, I forgot. I think it's like Zechariah 12 or 10, right? There's just like, so Zechariah fills in the Gog and Magog thing. How come the camps don't teach you that? Oh, because they don't know about it. Not prophets. You'll notice here that it says, and the wealth of all the nations round about, gold and silver and apparel will be gathered in very good abundance. You'll notice that, like, so during the Gog and Magog thing, even all the nations around us, Ammon, Moab, Edom, whatever, right? All their stuff will be gathered into us. And so will be the plague of the horses, the mules, the camels, and the donkeys, and all the animals that are in those camps, similar to this plague. Right? So Most High says for all the nations, and it'll come to pass to everyone left of the nations. This is everyone left after the Gog and Magog, who came up against Jerusalem, will go up from year to year to prostrate themselves to the King, Yahawah of hosts, and to celebrate the festival of tabernacles. And it shall be that whoever of all the families of the earth does not go up to Jerusalem to prostrate himself to the King, Yahawah of hosts, upon them shall be no rain. Right? And if the family of Egypt does not go up and does not come, it shall be no rain upon them. Right? And you got to go up. And such shall be all the punishment of all the nations who do not go up to celebrate the festival of tabernacles. See? Now, when you go to so your Zechariah 14 and like 10 on tell you a little bit about the Gog and Magog, Jacob's trouble fiasco in the future, right? And Ezekiel chapter 38 and chapter 39 give you, they give you the basic, right? And there are other places in the Bible to talk about this as well, right? Because it's like a momentous event. But the word Magog means with Gog, right? So even if it is a people, when they go and attack, these people are still going to be, there's going to be foreigners joined in, because it tells you that even that land, Russia, there's a very, very mixed people there. You got people mixed in with the Greeks, you got the Iranians who mixed in with them, mixed in with like Russia. You got all these people all like mixed in up in that northern area. Shalom, Musha. Right? So when Gog and Magog come, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a bunch of people, nations mixed up with Russia, mixed in with them. So it calls them Magog. It calls them the wings too. All the nations with them, with Magog. Now watch. If you go to I was going to go to Psalm 95. If you go to Psalm 95, you'll like notice that it's talking about after the Gog and Magog event, right? It starts saying like, sing us a new song, right? Salvation, right? And then it uses, the context is after, Gog and Magog. It's like, okay, now, first it's going to be us, then it's going to be like to the people of the, the world, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody in the world all give, sing praises to the Most High, right? So that it would be like post Gog and Magog. So this is Psalm 95, watch. And then from the Gog and Magog after, or the post Gog and Magog thing with the kingdom set up, in which these songs, which you would rightly call the Bashar, and I'm going to show you. Shalom, keeper of the book. You'll see that the New Testament, Jesus wrapped a lot of his gospels around these Psalms and Ezekiel 37. Watch. So starting at Psalm 95, watch. Come, let us sing praises to Yahawah. Let us shout to the rock of our salvation. And anyone who like speaks the language, you'll notice that in these Psalms, you'll notice it'll be always start off with like, look, it's like I'm sorry. Right? It's like laka, which is like lach means to go forth. So when you hear like words like halakha or the Jewish halakha, the word laka just means to go forth or the walking, right? Or to proceed. So it's like laka, go forth in it. It's like na ranana. That na there is we. So it's like we rejoice. We ranana. So it's like na ranana la Yahawah. We rejoice to Yahawah. It says na raya. I'm sorry, na raya. It should be like raya, which is like to shout or to like to shriek. Lat sawar yasha'ana, which is like to the rock of our salvation. Right? But the reason I said this is because you'll notice a lot about in these psalms. It'll be like, let us sing to Yahawah. Let us sing a psalm to Yahawah. You know, let's chant to Yahawah. It started off with Ranana Ranana la Yahawah. Rejoice. You know, let us shout to Yahawah. So bear in mind, this is like the context is like post Jacob's trouble at the setup of the kingdom, but it's going to focus on Israel first, and it's going to spread slowly to the other nations of the earth, right? In the salvation of Israel and eventually to all the nations of the planet. Verse 2, let us greet his presence with thanksgiving. Let us shout to him with songs, right? So again, in these lessons, and like there'll be like points in time in history where we'll give like a lesson. Like the Exodus gives off a lesson. The setting up of the tabernacle, you know, entering into the land with Joshua, uniting the kingdom or the monarchy with David, King Solomon ruling in peace, Hezekiah safeguarding Israel from Assyria, and you know what I'm saying, and doing a lot of things that he did. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah. All right, I'm sorry. So you'll notice here, it's like for the Lord, for Yahawah is a great God and a great King over all divine powers. You go into the language, it's like at the top, it's like K El Gadawal Yahawah. So it's like for God, great Yahawah. K El Gadawal Yahawah. From the word Gadawal is from the root Gadal, which means great. And K is always like for. I'm sorry, this is not a K. This is just a normal K. K-A-Y. K El, which is God. God is El. The camps falsely had Allah when this is that would be the ayan, but this is just a simple El. K El got a wall Yahawah. Wa Malak got a wall. I'll call Elohim, which is like, and King Wa and King Malak got a wall. Great. I'll over call all or every Elohim God. So to say this verse in this full, K El got a wall Yahawah. Wa Malak got a wall. I'm sorry. I'll call Elohim. So it's like he's king. It says he's a great king over all the gods. They put it over divine powers. That could be like angels. It could be like other people's false gods. It could be like over people, rulers. You know what I'm saying? In whose hands are the depths of the earth and the heights of the mountains are his. For the sea is his. He made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Right. In other words, like that Yabashah. Right, the dry land. You'll notice. I'm not sure if they use it in here. Okay, they use the word Yabashat Yitzar. A lot of times they're using the word Tabal, which means like, or Thabal, which is like the inhabited land, not like Eratz, which is like the whole world. This is Psalm 95, verse 6. Come, let us prostrate ourselves and bow. Let us kneel before Yahawah, our maker. Right? You can see here what? Be'ah, like come to it or go to it. Again, that na is a for we. Shetakawa, right? Shetakawa. There are times, sometimes this word here, Shetakawa. is this root here, but sometimes you'll have a double wow, right? So it sounds like shataka wow, right? But this actually is shataka wa, which means to prostrate, right? Right. So it's like nah, we shataka wa, we prostrate or we bow. Wa and nah, we Kara'a. This word kara'a is also used for like if I'm not mistaken, I think for like there's two of them. There's it's like a I forgot it's like kambashal. I forgot how to, but there's like a few, but there's like if I'm not mistaken, I think this means like a knee, but also means to bow. So it's like bow the knee. So it's like nah we kara'a from that h because that So sometimes you'll like notice too in like certain words what we call a glottal stop. Sometimes you'll hear me use the glottal stop when you see me with the ayan, right? Which is this a here. This a. This a as opposed to this a here, which is a e, and this is a ah. But you get from this ah, you can get a I and a O sound as well, and a ah, like a ah o I. You know, depending on is like behind it, right? So now you'll see I'm sorry, nakara ah. So that glottal stop, that nakara ah ah. So that a there that puts a glottal stop. So it's like kind of like a pause, like ah na nakara ah. So but remember that na is we. So the root word is really just a kara or kara. But since there's a H at the end, na kara'a puts a feminine kara'a. It says we bless na baraka. So remember you have a ka, which is your normal ch. This word here from the root word barak means to bless, but it also means to curse, right? So this k here, this is literally the k, right? Same letter here. But you also have a k, which is this right there, and you have a kwa. If you get to that, I'll I'm not going looking for that. But some people be getting the it's right here. Your kwa's right here. Your q. So you have a ka kwa. So it's like we bless na baraka before lafane Yahawah our maker, Yahawah Ashana, right? From the word asha, which means to make, to do, to perform, to create. And if you see here, there's a na, a NW, which is like our masculine, right? Na baraka lafane Yahawah Ashana. Yahawah our creator, Yahawah our maker, Yahawah Ashana. A lot of Israelites need to take this verse into consideration when they be talking about they the elect and blah blah blah. Sir, are you examine yourself as the New Testament would say? And are you keeping the Torah? Are you at least teaching it? No, you talking about some other. Sir, stop. Psalm 95 verse 7. For he is our God, and we are his people of his pasture, and the flock of his hand today. If you hearken to his voice, right? Remember, K with a Y with a KY is always like for Yahweh. Some people try to say the A Yahweh is silent. It's not. I have a book that shows this. Whoa, the second letter going to the left, Yhwh, in the middle. That A is not silent. They only use silent A's in like modern Hebrew. But it's actually like, hey, Yhwh, Allah, I'm sorry, Allahayana, right? Right? It's Allahayana. It's like, for he is our God. K, Yhwh, Allahayana. Wa, Anakana, wa is and Nakana is and we are. Enakana, I'm sorry, Mariatha. Because this Mariatha, this ma is a prefix. You'll notice this letter A here has a yod behind it. And this gives it an I sound. Look. So it's Marayata. So it'd be like Mariatha. Mariatha is like his shepherd from the word right, which means like the shepherd or pasture. Right? So it's like, and we, the people of from his shepherd, wa, inakana Mariatha, and the sheep of his hand. Wa, which is and Tsain is sheep. Yad is hand. Yada is his hand. So it'd be like Wa, Tsain Yada. Right? Wa, the sheep of his hand. Wa, Tsain Yada. So it will really be like, and the sheep of his hand this day. So it'd be like Wa, Tsain Yada Hayawam. That Hayawam here, this here. Hayawam is this day and the day. So you can be like Hayawam Ha Shabbat would be like and the seventh or and the day seventh. But this is like Hayawam like this day. We have this thing where we have like a Haza. It'd be like some Haza, which is like something here, something there. It'd be like Haza. Right? So it could be like Hayawam, the day Haza, this. But it's not used here, right? But it basically said the sheep of his hand this day. What? Same. Now you might be like, Judah, how do you get a vowel sound? Because there's a vowel sitting right there in the middle of the two consonants. The two consonants from left to right are the TZ with the T. One West will say Taza, but it's a hard T. And then you have a letter A beside it from Ayan and an N. Saint. So it's sane. Right? Without that middle A, it would just be San. Sun. 10. This is sane. A vowel. Sain Yada. And the sheep of his hand this day. Aim. Right? If you trade this A out for the other A, you get people or with. This is aim, which means if, even if, whether. Aim bakwala, if his voice. Aim bakwala, ta. You, shama all. You hear it or you listen to it or you obey it. You become the Lamb of God. Am if bakwala, bakwa from kwala. So ba or two or four qual, which means voice or sound. That la at the end makes it his. Ba quala. Ta you shema hear obey listen with the ah at the end, make it masculine. To him. Ta shema or shema. Some people would say that gives off the O sound. Look, you have the ayan with the wa. So this would give you your O sound. You'd be like tashama. Unless you were like tashamao. You're still gonna get tashamao. You're still gonna get a O in there, an O sound. Tashamo. And bakwala tashamo. If you want to put a glottal stop, it'd be like aim bakwala tashama. Wait, aim bakwala tashama. Tashama with a right, with a glottal stop. Sorry it's so long, but the spirit's on me, so I'm just going along teaching. I can see if y'all getting bored. Thank you, Bogdan. Yeah. Yes, Black Lab. There's for Barak for blessed, there's a negative and positive. And a lot of our words too. A lot of our words will have a negative and a positive connotation. Yes. So it'd be like Hayawam Haza. This day or this day. No doubt, bro. No doubt. Well, this is for you early birds, that are up. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to, if you can't sleep, I just got the spirit on me just to go in. So I'm just going to go in. Sorry. This is Psalm 19. I'm sorry. Psalm 95, verse 8. Do not harden your heart as in the day of Meribah and as on the day of Massah in the desert. Now, look, these words here where it says, first off, do not harden your heart, right? So in the form that it's in a form of group in plural form. So the Most High is talking to like a group of people where he's like, El. Sometimes El is like God. Sometimes it's no or to negative something. Sometimes it means to. If you were like, I'm going to the store, it would be like El Ha Mashakar. I think it's like store. Right? Here, it's before like a verb. So it's like El Ta Kwasha. So it's like El is like no. Ta. This second letter here or word. This tha here is a prefix. It means you. Tha. Kwasha or kwasha means to harden. It also means cucumber. And you can see here in the plural, it says lababakam, which is like a plural form of labab. Labab means the heart, which means like the mind or the center of being, like the seat of emotion, the seat of intellect. So the Most High is like, El ta kwasha. Don't you make or harden your lababakam, your hearts, your minds, or be hard-hearted, and do what you want to do. He's like, ka ma reyaba, right? Like mareyaba. This word mareyaba from the root word reyab, which means to contend or to fight. And he's like ka or like Yawam, the day of Masa. Masa means to like, it's like Nasa. It means to like test or to like try or to like tempt or to provoke. So the Most High is like, yo, don't make your neck all kwasha. You know what I mean? I'm telling you about the Torah. You were talking about some Kemet or some Paul or some African spirituality. He's like, nah, don't stiffen your heart or make it hard-hearted. Right? Ba ma debar, which means in the wilderness. When you study the temple layout, the Yakin and Boaz, the two large columns that sit in front of the temple, that point when you lay them out flat, there will be like a long pillars. That is the testing and trial area for your soul's journey, right? or you going through your degrees of initiation. But this is that testing and trial area is a point in time where the Most High, you say you want to serve the Most High, and He has to test you to see, okay, let me see what you're made of. You know, we've seen a lot of people not be made for this truth. They might be tough guys in real life. They might be able to box and fight. But when it comes time for the spiritual fight, these guys tap out early. And you're like, bro, wait a minute, bro. You dudes got big muscles for what? You guys are inwardly weak, right? Blades of grass. In this 9 and 10 is a great you know what I'm saying, lesson. When your ancestors tested me, they tried me, even though they had seen my work. So our ancestors had clearly seen what the Most High had done, but were quash-hearted. Shalom Sosa, Shalom Essent, right? Going on doing what we wanted to do. He's like, for 40 years. Now this letter, the number 40 is, so the word Arabah, right? So I guarantee you it's like Arabiam. Hold on. Arabiam Shana, like, you know what I mean? Like 40 years. Arabiam Shana. The word Arab means four, right? And it's like from the word Rob, which means to multiply, just RB, right? But the Arab means like four, or also means like a square, right? So Arabiam, as you can clearly see, the ayan here with a yod behind it gives you the I sound. And then to make it plural, you have to have the. So ayam, Arabiam. This word shana, and there's another word, the word ben or ban, which means son, also means years. But we also have another one, which is shana. And I forgot our Aramaic equivalent. But shana also means like to change, to make changes, right? So it's like a revolution, like for every, like, for the sun and the moon, a revolution, but it also means like a change, right? So it took the Most High like not didn't take him, but he used the square. You know what I'm saying? You remember the third and fourth generation? Just used a basic square, just like we're gonna hit all four corners. That's why if you see on here, I put uh the book of Psalms and the book of Ezekiel, are they like templates, so to speak, for the New Testament and Gospels? I'll show you. Watch. If this isn't so, then how come Jesus in the New Testament says this is a rebellious and stubborn generation in his time, right? But this is in Psalm 95, verse 10. 40 years I quarreled with a generation. I'm sorry. For 40 years I quarreled with a generation, and I said, they are a people of erring hearts, and they did not know my ways. For which reason I swore in my wrath that they would not enter my resting place, right? So they had to like die out in the, right? So you can see with the New Testament, God, he uses like certain like, you know, motifs, so to speak, to kind of supplement his God, his doctrine, right? Because a lot of what he said wouldn't take place during his time; it would take place in the future, from a future time of our time. But if he like allegorized his doctrine, then it would make perfect sense. Let's keep it going. I know it's getting late, y'all, but the spirit's on me, so it's gonna keep going. This is Psalm 96. Sing to Yahawah a new song. Sing to Yahawah all the earth, right? And then if you go into the language like I was saying before, remember I was like at the beginning of the Psalm 95, it said na, which is we ranana, right? The ranana is like a form of rejoicing, but it's like shouting, laughter type rejoicing, a happy. Whereas you can see here, the word shayar, right, means like a song or like a chant, or like a psalm, right? So it's like you can see you can see the wa at the end making it masculine. So it's like, whoa, hold on. Right? It's like, right? It's like sing it to Yahawah. Shayar is the root word. You can see a shayarah, right? So it's like sing him or sing it in a masculine. Shayarah la Yahawah. Shayarah kadash. Shayarah la Yahawah. Kal eratz. Right? So it's like a slight little rhyming there. Look. Shayarah, which is being sing it to Yahawah, la Yahawah. Shayarah la Yahawah. Right? And it's like after that, it's like Shayar Kadash Shayarah. It's like sing new, sing it. Shayar Kadash Shayarah la Yahawah, to Yahawah, all the earth. Kal ha-eratz. So to say it all one more, again, it's like Shayarah la Yahawah. Shayar Kadash Shayarah la Yahawah. Kal ha-eratz. One more time. Shayarah la Yahawah. Shayar Kadash Shayarah la Yahawah. Kal ha-eratz. Loosely translated, it's like sing to Yahawah a new song. Sing to Yahawah all the earth. Right? The new song would be that Shayar Kadash. So it'd be like song of new. Shayar Kadash. Song new. It's kind of the same way they speak in Japanese. It'd be like Judah. It'll be like Judah to McDonald's go. I don't go to McDonald's. I'm just saying. Show me, Yara. Show him, Basil. Ramel. You say, wait, you not on my? Yeah, I'm in Japan. Yeah. So it's like it's almost 9:00 at night here. Facts, young lion. Right? Facts. LDR, yeah. A homeboy was bogus for that. Told you there's something going on with homeboy. I think the Most High got a strike in homeboy's mind, but I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Let me just get back real quick. So, Song of Newness, Sheyar Chadash. So remember, you get that. You get the kwa, the ka, and the cha. So if you know, like Sister Nepal, she has a hard time saying the cha, right? Because we're not used to cha, the guttural. So some people still just be like ha, which is still pretty like, you know, for some people it's difficult to say. I just be like ha. Some people say cha actually, right? I'm not petty, you know what I mean? People can say cha, then it is what it is, right? Chadash. I say chadash, but some people, you know, chadash. If you can't say cha, I ain't mad at you. My daughter going to bed 9:00. Something must be wrong. Psalm 96. Hold on. I'm just going to keep going. Sing to Yahawah a new song. Sing to Yahawah all the earth. Sing to Yahawah. Bless his name. Announce his salvation from day to day, right? Now look. It's like sing it to Yahawah. She'arah la Yahawah. Look. Bless him or bless it his name. Bless it his name. Barakah Shema. So it's like his name. Shem is name. Shema will be like his name. So Barakah Shema. Bless him, bless it his name. Right? Remember I told you that Jesus in the New Testament could have been using the Psalms and Ezekiel's to kind of formulate or craft his doctrine. As you can clearly see here, it says Bashara, Bashara, right? But the root word is Bashar, right here. This 3-letter word. This word Bashar is where you get the word gospel from, your good news or glad tidings. It's also the same word used for meat or skin or flesh. In the book of Ezekiel, the dried bones, you know what I mean? It said when flesh was upon him, the word Bashar, which was what? It was the good news that, our Most High was paying attention to us again. I'm saying all that to say, you can clearly see here the word Bashar, which means the gospel or good news or flesh, is right here. Yes. So the word announce it from day to day, or good news or gospel it from day to day is Bashar, Bashara, Ma Yawam, La Yawam. It's like announce it, Ma Yawam, from day, Ma Yawam, Ma is from, Ma Yawam, day is, Yawam is day, Ma Yawam to La Yawam. So Bashara, Bashara, announce it from day, Ma Yawam to day, La Yawam. If anybody can see this word is Yashawata. Yashawata, which means like from the word Yahshua, which means like salvation. You can see there's a tha at the end, so it's like his salvation. Yashawata. Right? So it's like Bashara or gospel it or announce it from day to day, his salvation. Bashara, Mayawam, Layawam, Yashawata. Again. So the right. Make sure my mic. Okay. Right? Again. So the word gospel, for the word gospel will be this word here, Bashar. But it says announce it or good news it from day to day, his salvation. Bashara, Mayawam, Layawam, Yashawata. Right? Bashara. Bashar, flesh, good news, gospel, to refresh, to be rosy, to renew. Bashar. In Arabic, they be like Bushra. It's a popular woman's name, Bushra. So Bashara, Mayawam, Layawam, Yashawata. Announce it from day to day, his salvation. Psalm 96, verse 3. Tell of his glory among the nations, among all peoples, his wonders. Tell of his glory among the nations, Gentiles. So you can clearly see this is after the Gog and Magog thing, right? Because why would we like be talking about, tell of his glory among the nations, among all peoples, his wonders. For Yahawah is great and very much praised. He is feared over all divine powers. Verse 5. For all the gods of the people are nothing, but Yahawah made the heavens. So look, if you go into this word is hard to say. It's like let me set this down. Hold on. Mic check. Yeah. Yes, Yara. Oh, thank you, brother. Yeah, ask this dude. All right, let me get back. Look, it's like for the gods of the peoples, right? So it's like all the gods, right? This word here, Elahi, is a word we use. You know, sometimes it'll be like Allahi Yahawah. It'll be like the or Allahi Yasharel, which is like the God of Israel, right? It's just like when you say Allahayim, you'll see here, this is a shortened form of Allahi, which would be like like El is God, right? Allahi will be like the God of something or like my God. But you can see here, it's used as a plurality. So it's like Kal Allahi, all the gods of the peoples. The people is Ha, is the is people, Mayam, peoples. So it's like Kal Allahi Ha Amayam. This was watch this. This is gonna be like Aleleyam. I can't believe I said that. So this word, the word ale can be like gods, but also remember the word el also means negative. So if you look at it, it says aleleyam, which is like God nothings or nothing gods, all in the word in itself, right? So all the gods, all the people. I'm sorry. To say all the gods of the peoples are nothing is kal. I'm sorry. Kal alehi ha ameyam alaleyam. Kal alehi ha ameyam alaleyam. One more time. Kal alehi ha ameyam alaleyam. All the gods. Kal alehi of the people. Ha ameyam. Their gods are alaleyam, are nothing gods. Wah. Wah. And Yahawah the heavens made. Wah. Yahawah Shemaya Mashah. And Yahawah the heavens made. Wah. Yahawah Shemayam Ashah. Sorry to keep going on one verse, but like, you know, I'm just trying to like parse it out with the spirit. So in case anybody wants to sound out the verses, you know what I mean? We're just going to the spirit, you know what I mean? All the gods of the peoples are nothing gods. Kal alehi ha amayam alela. I'm sorry. I knew that was hard, but read. Kal alehi ha amayam aleliam. Wah Yahawah Shemaya Mashah. Right? And Yahawah the heavens he made. Wah Yahawah Shemaya Mashah. Psalm 96, verse 6. They ascribe beauty and majesty before him, might and glory in his sanctuary. Ascribe to Yahawah, you families of the peoples. Ascribe to Yahawah glory and might. Ascribe to Yahawah the glory due to his name. Carry an offering and come to his courtyards. Look at this. The word hab means to give. HB means to give, right? So it's like give it, that wa at the end. Haba, right? Hab is the root word. Haba. So it's like give it la Yahawah to Yahawah. Haba la Yahawah. Kabawad Shema. The word kabad means glory. You can see here kabawad, right? Kabawad Shema, which is like Shem means name. The end is a wa. So it's like Shema, his name. So it'd be like, give it to Yahawah, the glory of his name. Haba la Yahawah kabawad Shema. And it's like raise a meal offering. So it's like Shea Makana. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Manaka, my bad. It's like Shea Manaka. Right? So the word Shea means the word Shea means to like bear up or to lift or to tribute. This word here. So it's like lift up a manaka. This word, manaka, is a meal offering, but it's also its own word. The word naka means to rest or to find delight or to dwell. Right? Naka. So this word meal offering together, manaka, means like with rest or with settling. Wa, be'a. It's like bring it. La, I'm sorry. La katsarawa. I'm sorry. La katsarawate. I'm sorry. La katsarateya. Wait, that's wrong. It's la katsarwa watia. Katsarawatia. I knew that was hard to say. So it's like wa bea and bring it la katsara. I'm sorry, katsarawatia. Katsarwatia. That's so hard to say. Katsarawatia. I got to keep practicing that. Katsarawatia. It means the courtyard. The word katsar means like green herb, courtyards, trumpets. You know the word katsar. Katsar. Psalms 96:9. Prostrate yourselves to Yahawah in the majestic sanctuary. Quake before him all the earth. So you can clearly see here, like it went from like Israel, and you can see it's talking about all the nations now, right? You'll see here. Remember, I told you. Remember, there's a double wow at the end of the Shataka wow. Before it was a Shataka wow. Remember that? It was like bow down or prostrate. You'll notice here there's a double wow at the end of this bow down. It's like ha Shataka wow, right? If you like kind of like say it fast, you can kind of get a U Shataka wow. Not really like a ooh, but right Shataka wow, Shataka wow, whoa. If you kind of like say it fast, I'm not gonna force a U sound, but I mean like this is close to a U I've seen, right? Shataka wow. Definitely ain't a O, a hard O. So it's like Shataka wa la Yahawah. So it's like prostrate or bow down to Yahawah. It's like Ba, Hadareth Quadash. So it's like his like majestic sanctuary or his holy majestic, right? Hadaroth Quadash. The word Quadash is like one of the, one of the greater words, right? Is in its positive sense, it means holy or set apart, consecrated. Also means a sanctuary, right? I guess they have Kealah, which is like to tremble or shake, Mafenia, which is like from before him, before Yahawah. So this word Kealah here from the word Kael will be like strength, vigor, substance, right? And also I think like fear or trembling. Kal ha I'm sorry, Kal ha erats, all the earth. Psalm 86, verse 10. Say among the nations, Yahawah has reigned. Also, the inhabited world will be established so that it would not falter. He would judge peoples with equity. Now, look, if you go into the language, when it says into the established world, right, it says the word thabal. It's like if, right? It's like also if takuan, which means like it is established or founded. Thabal. This word thabal also means world, like the word erat, but it means like the livable, habitable world, right? The word thabal. The word bal also is another word for negative. Tha it mawat, which means like topple or fall over or quiver. So it's like the inhabited world will never you know be overthrown. Just to not be redundant, because we got a few more on hold on. It's like Psalm chapter 96, verse 13. Before Yahawah, for he has come. For he has come to judge the earth. He will judge the inhabited world justly and the peoples with his faith or with his truth, right? Because it's going to be the word Amawatiya. I'm sorry. Ba. Sorry. Amawanata. Amawanata. So like his truth from Amana. But they have a one there. So it's like Amawanata in his truth or in his faith. Right? It says La Shaphath, which is to judge how erots the earth. Yashaphath in the bottom, Thabal, the inhabited world right here. Ba Sadak, which is righteousness. Wa and Amayam peoples. Ba Emawanatha, which is like his truth or his faith. He's going to judge the people, which is what? The Torah. You can find this in Psalms 119, I think 142. Right? The Torah is the truth, the faith. And all things connected with it, the prophets, wherever, right? So forth, not whatever, but we're almost done, hold on. The Spirit was just on me to go into a lesson, so just So remember, these are set after the Gog and Magog thing, but they have these lessons in them. And the Psalms are thick like that. I have like a bunch of lessons I could conjure up, Yahweh willing, where King David's like where he talks a lot about like the Gog and Magog, the Jacob's trouble, but like people will just be reading them, they don't put them in context and really know what he's talking about. But they always spoke out to me, so I always jot them all down. This is Psalm 97. Yahawah has reigned. The earth will exult. Many islands will rejoice. Why? This is after Gog and Magog. Right? So it's not just, right? And Christ said, all you need is love. Who is that? Probably what's his name? Lex. Yeah, these guys. That's Lex Vortex, man. Come on. Watch this. Yahawah has reigned. The earth will exult. Many islands will rejoice. Cloud and thick darkness are all around him. Righteousness and judgment righteousness and judgment are the foundation of his throne. Now I just want to go to, okay, look. Remember that one time we found it? It was like, I forgot the word for it, but it wasn't Arafel. You can see here, look, Arafal, that's that thick darkness. Wow, Arafal, Sabiyabiya, Sabiyabiya. It's from Sabiyabiya, which means surround it. Wa Arafal, Sabiyabiya. Tadak wa Mashapat, Makawan, Kasea, from his throne. Kase, which means his throne, his cover. His. So it's like Tzadok Bob Mashapat are established the throne of Yahweh. Psalm 97, verse 3. Fire will go out from before him and will burn his enemies all around. We clearly saw that in what? Ezekiel 38. Remember? Look. Ezekiel 38 and 21. I will call the sword, this is Gog and Magog, right? When the Most High judges the earth. And I will call the sword against them upon all my mountains, says Yahweh Elohim. Every man's sword shall be against his brother. And I will judge against him with pestilence, and with blood, and with rain-bringing floods, and of great hailstones, fire, and brimstone will I rain upon him, and upon his hordes, and upon many peoples that are with him. And I will reveal myself in my greatness, and in my holiness, and I will be recognized in the eyes of many nations, and they will know that I am Yahawah. So only after the Gog and Magog thing do the nations know the Most High's glory, not before, not in these religions, right? You can clearly see, in Psalms 97, you can clearly see fire will go before him and burn all his enemies around. His lightnings illuminated the world. The earth saw and quaked. Remember, we just read that in Zechariah. Remember the earthquake. Right? Zechariah chapter 14, verse 3. And Yahawah shall go forth and wage war with those nations, like the day he waged war on the day of battle. And on that day his feet shall stand on the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem from the east. And the Mount of Olives shall split in the midst thereof toward the east and toward the west, a very great valley. And half the mountain shall move to the north, and half of it to the south. So this is in the future again, y'all. Remember this. Don't forget this small point. Well, it's not small, it's a huge point. Everyone forgets. This is in the future. It uses anthropomorphic speech that Yahweh's feet are going to stand upon it because there's going to be a giant earthquake, and the Mount of Olives is going to split into two. Part of it's going to go, the midst of it's going to go to the east, and part of it's going to go to the west, right? And it's going to be half the mountain should move to the north and half of it to the south, right? And you shall flee to the mountains. This is during the Gog and Magog thing. Half the city shall flee to the valleys of the mountains of Mount Olives, for the valley of the mountains shall reach Azel, right? And you shall flee as you fled because of the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, the king of Judah, and Yahawah, my God, shall come, all the holy ones with you, right? Just backing up when we're reading in Psalm 97. So these Psalms are telling you about like the past, in the future, right? And the present as we like see it, like in our time, right? And as far as like holding faith. But you clearly see here, even though it's talking about Gog and Magog in the past time, look, mountains melted like wax from before Yahawah, from before the master of all the earth. The heavens told his righteousness, and all the earth saw his glory. All the worshippers of graven images will be ashamed. Yeah, those who boast of idols. All gods, prostrate yourselves before him. Right? So you can see that it says Mathahalayim, right? The fasal, these carved images. Kal abade fasal ha Mathahalayim ba alalayim, which is like all the servants of the carved images, the with praisings with the nothing gods. Ma tha halalayim, which means halalayim means praisings. Ba or two or four. Elalayim, not alalayim, it's elalayim, which is like the nothing gods. Psalm 97, verse 8. Zion heard and rejoiced, and the daughters of Judah exulted because of your judgments, O Lord. For you, O Yahawah, are most high above all the earth. You are very much exalted above the gods. Let's go to the language. Look, it's like K Ata Yahawah Ali Yawan, not Elion Ali Yawan. Yeah, what the heck? Hold on. Look. It's like, for you, Yahawah, the Most High over all the earth exceedingly. So it's like, Ke ita Yahawah al Yawan al kal ha erat made. For you, Yahawah, the Most High over all the earth exceedingly. Ke ita you, Yahawah al Yawan, the Most High, al over, kal all, ha erats the earth made exceedingly, or very much so. It says, Na'aliyath al-Kal Alahayim, which is like being over all the other gods of the peoples. Look, you who love Yahawah hate evil. He watches the souls of his pious ones. He rescues them from the hand of the wicked. Now, this is mad deep. Look, the lovers of Yahawah. Ahabi Yahawah. Mic check. Okay, cool. Look, Ahabi Yahawah, the lovers of Yahawah, hated evil. Shane means to hate. Shane ra'ah, which means like you could be like Shane Shane. It is a wa at the end, making it masculine. Or so be like hate it, evil. Shane ra'ah. Some people say ra, or you can be like ra'ah. This word for evil is ra. Right? That's how you say evil. Now look, some people might throw a glottal stop. They might say ra'ah. Sometimes I throw a glottal stop in there, or ra'ah, or sometimes you hear me go ra. But most of the time I use a glottal stop, ra'ah. So it's like shane'ah ra'ah. So it's like hated evil. Guard souls of your pious ones. Mic check. Right? Guard souls of your pious ones. It's like Shamar Napashawath Kasiyad. I'm sorry, Kasiyad. Kasidaya. Come on, Kasiyade. I'm sorry, Kasiyadaya. Kasiyadaya. No, from the word chasad, but they have Kasiyadaya, which is like Kasiyade or Kasiyadaya is like your chasad, your pious ones, your kind ones, your pious mostly, right? So it's like Shamar Napashawath, which like so it's like observe Shamar or peer, observe, guard, Napash, which are souls. So it's Shawath, which makes it plural. Napash Shawath Kaseyade. I'm sorry, Kaseyade, which is like your pious ones. Observe or guard the souls of your pious ones. Shamar Napash Shawath Kasey. I'm sorry, Kaseyade. That's hard for me to say because they throw them yods in there when it's just kasad. You'll see some people say the Hasidic. They're basically saying kasiyade, right? Chasad. So it's like Rashayam Yatzalat. I'm sorry, Yatzali. Sorry, Yatzayel. I'm sorry, Yatzayelam. Rashayam Yatzayel. I'm sorry, Yatzayelam. It's hard for me to say Yatzayelam. It's like Rashayam, which is like the evil ones. He delivers. I'm sorry, Sayelam. From the word sayal, which is like to defend or to rescue. But that lam makes them. He saved them. Yet sayalam. Ooh, that was hard. Psalm 97, verse 12. A light is shown for the righteous. I'm sorry, a light is sown for the righteous, and for the and for the upright of heart joy. Rejoice, you righteous, with Yahawah, and give thanks to his holy name. Let's go into the language. Look. So it's like, watch me butcher this. I'm gonna say the righteous ones. It's like shemaka from the word shemak. Shemak means to rejoice. Shemaka with a wa. So shemaka. Shemaka, rejoice it. Watch this. Tzadiyakwayam from the word tzadok. Tzadiyakwayam. Tzadiyakwayam. So it's like shemaka tzadiyakwayam by Yahawah. So it's like rejoice it, you righteous ones, in Yahawah. Shemaka tzadiyakwayam by Yahawah. Wa. Hawadah la zakar quite a shah. So it'd be like, and his majesty to remember his holiness. Or is it wait, and give thanks to his holy. Oh, okay, it is. Hawadah, I'm sorry, is to give thanks or to confess. My bad. Just the word thawadah would be like thank you. So it's saying and thank him. Hawadah. Right? So it'd be like he thanked him. It'd be like Yahawah would be like my name. Or he praised him. So wa hawadam la zakar quite a shah. So it's like and thank him to remember his holiness. So to say this whole sentence, sorry, yo, I'm messing. I'm sorry. So to say, rejoice in him, righteous ones in Yahawah, and give thanks to remember his holiness. It says, Shemaka tzadiyakuyam ba Yahawah wa hawadah la zakar quite a shah. One more time. Shemaka tzadiyakuyam tzadiyakuyam Shemaka tzadiyakuyam ba Yahawah wa hawadah la zakar quite a shah. right? To remember his holiness. La zakar quadashah. Right, one more time. Rejoice it, you righteous ones, in Yahawah. Shem, or rejoice they, or rejoice him, or rejoice it. Shamaka Zadiyakwayam by Yahawah. Wa, give thanks to remember, thank him to remember his holiness. Wa, and Hawadah, thank him, la zakar quadashah. Wa, Hawadah, la zakar quadashah. So one more time. Shamaka Zadiyakwayam by Yahawah. Wa, Hawadah, la zakar quadashah. I think I got enough spirit for one more. I don't want to keep going, make it all like long, The spirits is on me, so I just, I'm like, let me get this out. Thanks for who's ever up for this late. We usually don't get very many people for lessons, but it is what it is, man. I think we're gonna stop at Psalm 98. Psalm 98, a song. Sing to Yahawah a new song, for he performed wonders. His right hand and his holy arm have saved him. Right. So remember that this is the Psalm 98 is the answer to Isaiah 53. No, it's not, Judah. Okay, watch this. Yahawah has made known his salvation. To the eyes of the nations, he has revealed his righteousness. What? Who has the Lord revealed his right arm? To the nations, duh. Psalm 98 is the answer to Psalm 53. Yahawah has made known his salvation to the eyes of the nations. He has revealed his righteousness. He remembered his kindness and his faith to the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. When we saw him, we had no desire of him. What are they talking about? Israel. To the despised one, to the slave of kings. Come on, bro, stop. Ain't talking about Jesus. Psalm 98, verse 4. Shout to Yahawah, all the earth. Open your mouths and sing praises and play music. Pray to Yahawah with a harp and a voice of song. With trumpets and a sound of shofar, raise your voices before the King, Yahawah. The sea in all its fullness thereof will roar, and the inhabited world and the inhabitants thereof. But the word, what do they use? Thabal. Right? Not Eratz, Thabal. They're like, Wah, Yashabe Ba, which is like, and the inhabitants in it. Wah, Yashabe, the inhabitants Ba, in her. Rivers will clap hands. Together, mountains will sing praises, right? People will clap hands and governments will sing praises. Before Yahawah, for he has come to judge the earth. He will judge the inhabited world justly and the peoples with equity. Right? And then you're going to see Isaiah chapter 2 being said in. This might be the last, Isaiah 99. All right, this is going to be the last one. Because I showed you how it goes from the Psalms mostly deal with like a lot of like the Gog and Magog, the Jacob's trouble thing or whatever. It kind of like deals with that a lot. This is Psalm chapter 99. So you can see the climax, so to speak, of the movie. Yahweh defeats all the nations. The nations become subdued and bow themselves to Yahweh and await his Torah through his people. Psalm 99, verse 1. Yahweh has reigned. Nations will quake before him. Who dwells before the cherubim? The earth will falter. Remember that? So it says, he who dwells before the cherubim, between the cherubim, right? So the Ark of the Covenant, right? Also, if you know that the Ark of the Covenant is placed in the Holy of Holies, which is the mind of Israel, right? So the Most High should be sitting as king between your, in your mind, as as the great king and as the great council. Verse 2. Yahawah is great in Zion. He is high over all the peoples. They will acknowledge your great and awesome name that is holy. And the might of the king who loves judgment, you found equity, judgment, and righteousness you made in Jacob. Exalt Yahawah our God and prostrate yourselves to his footstool, for it is holy. Verse 6. Moses and Aaron among his priests, And Samuel, among those who would call in his name, would call out to Yahweh, and he would answer them. But it says Moses and Aaron were priests, Captain Tazariak, you dumb. It doesn't say that Moses was a priest in the book of Exodus. He just does priest work. But in Psalm 99, he's called a priest. He was the first high priest. Psalm 99, verse 7. In a pillar of a cloud, he would speak to them. They kept his testimonies and the statutes he gave them. Verse 8. O Yahawah, our God, you answered them. You are a forgiving God for them, but vengeful for their misdeeds. Exalt Yahawah, our God, and prostrate yourselves to the mountain of his sanctuary. For Yahawah, our God, is holy. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to show you that, if you go to, that these Psalms, a lot of Psalms talk about Jacob's trouble and the Gog and Magog thing, because again, it's a time that's going to happen where the Most High is going to do things he hasn't done since the Exodus. Right? But it's going to be, he's going to bring not just judgment upon Egypt, it's going to be judgment upon a whole bunch of other nations. Right? And while they're being put down, Israel's kingdom is going to be set up. Only then and after then, not before. Right? Just to end out, let me see, 39. Just to show, we're going to go to the next chapter in 39. This is Ezekiel 39, verse 6. And I will send fire on Magog and on those who dwell in the safety of the islands, and they will know that I am Yahawah. Right? So even the nations that are not even like who didn't come, the Most High is going to judge their nations with them. That's why their women are going to be like, they're not going to be very many Gentile men for them. Right? Verse 7. And I will make known my holy name in the midst of my people Israel, and I will no longer cause my holy name to be profaned, and the nations will know that I am Yahweh am holy in Israel. Right? And the nations will know that I Yahweh am holy in Israel. Behold, it is coming, and it will be, says Yahweh God, that on the day whereof I spoken, that the inhabitants of the cities of Israel will go forth and make fires, and heat up with weapons the bucklers and the encompassing shields, the bows and the arrows and the handstaves and the spears, and burn them as fire for 7 years. So we're going to collect all the weapons that they have and burn them for 7 years in our land. 7 years. Verse 10. So that they shall carry no wood from the fields, nor cut down any from the forest, for they shall make fires from the weapons. Thus will they spoil those who spoiled them, and plunder those who plundered them, says Adonai Yahawah. And it shall come to pass on that day that I will give Gog a place there as a grave in Israel, the valley of them who pass along the east, the side of the sea. And it will then stop those who pass along. And they shall bury Gog and all his hordes, and they shall call it the valley of Gog, the masses of Gog. And 7 months shall the house of Israel be burying them in order to purify the land. So we're going to be burying Russia and all these nations in the land for 7 months. Verse 13, they will bury all the people of the land, and they will be renowned. It is a day when I will be glorified, says Yahweh God. Why will Yahweh be glorified? Because he's going to burn them up from heaven while they're in our land. Verse 14, men of continuous employment they shall separate, who pass through the land, burying those who pass through, which those who are left on the surface of the land, in order to purify it. And at the end of 7 months, they shall search. So there's going to be people who come through to separate the bodies, right, and find jobs doing this. Look, men of continuous employment they shall separate, who pass through the land, burying those who pass through it with those who are left on the surface of the land, in order to purify it. At the end of 7 months they shall search. And when they shall pass through, and when they that shall pass through shall pass and see a human bone, they shall build a sign next to it until the burier is buried in the valley of Gog. So there's going to be dead bodies that's laying about. And also the name of the city shall be Hamona, Thus they shall purify the land. And you, son of man, so said Adonai Yahawah, say to every winged bird and to every beast of the field, assemble and come, gather from around my slaughter, which I'm slaughtering for you in a great slaughter on the mountains of Israel. And you shall eat the flesh and drink the blood. So when you read about this, assemble all the birds of, winged bird of heaven, it's talking about what? The slaughter of Gog and Magog, which is Jacob's trouble. Right? As you can clearly see here in Ezekiel 39. You can find this also in the book of Isaiah. Right? Gather every winged bird. Right? Which I'm slaughtering for you in a great slaughter on the mountains of Israel. And you shall eat the flesh and drink the blood. Verse 18. The flesh of the mighty you shall eat, and the blood of princes of the earth you shall drink. Rams, lambs, he-goats, and bulls, all of them fatlings of Bashan. This is going to be a sacrifice of Edom, to the Most High. And you shall eat the fat until you are full, and you shall drink the blood until you are drunk, from my slaughtering that I have slaughtered for you. And you should be satisfied on my table with horses and riders, mighty men and all the warriors, says Adonai Yahawah. Verse 21. And I shall publicize my glory among the nations, and all the nations will see the judgment that I performed in my hand that I have placed upon them. And the house of Israel will know that I am Yahawah their God from that day on. And the nations will know that for their iniquity the house of Israel was exiled, because they betrayed me, and I hid my face from before them. And I delivered them into the hand of their adversaries, and they all fell by the sword. According to their defilement and according to their transgressions, I did to them, and I hid my face from them. There, so says Adonai Yahawah, now shall return the captivity of Jacob, and I shall have compassion on the house of Israel, and I shall be zealous for my holy name. Right? So Yahweh is going to bring Israel back to the land. And they shall bear their disgrace and all their treachery that they committed against me, when they shall dwell on their land securely with no one frightening them. Right? Look what it says here. And they shall bear their disgrace. How? They're going to pay with the Gog and Magog thing. Well, we're going to pay. Again, are people still going to be effing around even then? He's like, when I return them from the peoples and gather them from the land of their enemies, I shall be sanctified through them before the eyes of many nations, with the Gog and Magog thing, right? Too, but we also get it. And they will know that I am Yahawah their God when I exile them to the nations. I shall gather them to their land, and I shall no longer leave any of them there. I shall no longer hide my face from them, for I shall have poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel, says Adonai Yahawah. Yep, it says, look, name Adonai Yahawah. Name Adonai Yahawah. So, glad you guys rocked out with me. What? I am the love. I am the love is not the commandment. Yeah. Come on, man. Antichrist and nothing but Lex Vortex. Go ahead and let Lex get your bird gay. Well, okay. All right, Lex. Love is the name. Well, he has boobs being squeezed. Really? Come on, bro. Anyways, man, thank y'all for rocking out, man. With me, I went 2 hours. The spirit was on me. You know what I mean? And so to get a lesson out, you know what I'm saying? All praises to the Most High. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shout out to Brother Keeper, Shamar. You know what I mean? Sister Asin, she said, Antichrist official, you're making an error by not distinguishing between the different types of knowledge. It is knowledge of the Most High that is indispensable, for without it, the people suffer. That's facts. Shalom, Brother Marquise. Keeper said, ain't no damn end. That's true. Yeah, there ain't no why. You know what I mean? That's facts, Sister Asin. Hosea 4 and 6. Shalom, y'all. Thanks for writing out, though. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, I had to get my little wake and bake going. You know what I'm saying? I have the spirit on me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the HOK. Shout out to the Torah Knights. You know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High Yahawah. He said, I am one of the elders. I know what I'm talking every. Okay. Okay. You're lying. All right, brother. Thank you, Sister Asin. You know what I mean? Shalom, Angel. Yahweh God. All right, we out, y'all. Shalom, y'all. We out, y'all. Shalom.